Minutes past 9 o'clock right now, and if you've been watching our program for a while, you know that Sheree Clark from Fork in the Road joins us on Thursday to talk about the ways you can eat and live a healthier life. She talks about nutritious food, of course, but she also introduces us natural ways of addressing certain ailments. And today it sounds like you're going to try to combine the two. You're going to talk about something that is good and good for you.
Exactly, tasty and good. So what it is, I've got some people, there's an argument about this, about how to say it. Is it turmeric or turmeric? So it's potato. What do you say?
Turmeric.
Me too. That's what I would.
I think that's the most common, but there is an R in there.
There is an R, but
besides spelling it and saying it, we want to learn what we can do with the darn thing.
This is not turmeric. This is ginger.
Right.
And a lot of times people confuse the two because they look so very much alike.
Oh, I thought you had just two gingers there.
No, this
So
is,
it's a root.
right. This one is the turmeric, and they're actually from the same family. And the big difference is if you break this one off on the inside, it's kind of a yellow color.
Right.
If you break this one off, it's a little bit more orange. And the other thing to know about that, so this is kind of like, it looks like the difference between a potato and a sweet potato. This sweet potato guy is going to stain the heck out of your fingers if you're not careful. So I'm going to have to wash my fingernail when we get off the segment here. So, so turmeric or turmeric is a great spice for a lot of different things. One of the things I want to tell you about it, though, is I brought along an orange to make a point. Everybody knows that there's a certain vitamin in oranges. What would you think that would be?
Vitamin C.
Precisely. So vitamin C comes from oranges. Turmeric has curcumin. So that's the thing that's so healthy and helpful. So we're going to be talking about curcumin today, but we're talking primarily, the overriding umbrella here is turmeric.
Okay.
Okay. So there's a couple different ways. You've seen that we have it fresh, and that's nice actually added to your juices. It goes really good, I think, with orange juice and some of the tropical juices, but you can also buy it as a spice in a container. It's a dried spice.
Right.
It's an ingredient in curry powder, which is one of the things when you order curry at a restaurant, Indian restaurant or an Asian restaurant, typically what's making it orange is the curry powder, which has turmeric, which has curcumin in it. So if I confused you?
Okay, no, so just follow along the chain.
Exactly, precisely. Now here's the other thing to know. The reason why I have on my display here another spice, it's pepper. Sometimes spices work together in synergy. They work hand in hand. One thing will make another one more potentiated. So for example, some people know that if you take vitamin E, if you also take selenium, that those two things work together. In the case of turmeric, you would take pepper, and that makes it a little bit more bioavailable to you.
You're kidding.
No. So that's one of the things. So you'll discover when you buy things off the shelf, for example, golden milk will often have as an ingredient pepper in it. And the reason for that isn't for flavor, it could be, but it's primarily so that it becomes more effective.
An activator, so to speak.
Exactly, precisely. The other thing that helps activate it is a little bit of fat. So that's why when I brought you some things today, they've got some fat in them. They've also got some pepper in them. So let's take a look at what that is. Okay, so in the cup, that is golden milk. You could make it by using this powder.
I was going to say, what is golden milk?
Golden milk is simply some kind of a milk. For me, it's usually a nut milk. It could be a animal milk. It
Just
could be cow's
milk.
And then you add typically some other ingredients, not necessarily to potentiate it, but to add flavor. So cinnamon, I might add a little bit of nutmeg, and I really like it. What's making it helpful is fat.
So this is flavored milk.
It's flavored milk.
Okay.
So give that a shot.
So instead of chocolate milk, you drink this.
Exactly.
Okay.
So would this be turmeric milk, or
yes,
just,
or golden milk. Yes.
Okay.
I think it's pretty tasty. Now, that one is not a homemade one. That is this one, which you can buy off the shelf.
Has a little bit of a kick to it, which you would with a ginger or anything like that.
Right, exactly. So those nice spices in there, and the spices, turmeric, pepper, all of those things go really beautifully together. They also go really well together in a dish. So I made you a savory dish here. This is a curry, and as always, the food that I prepare for you is raw. It's uncooked. So this is an uncooked curry. I could serve this several different ways. The curry here is very much like a sauce, but I made it almost like a soup and then put the vegetables on top instead of doing it the other way where the vegetables are on the top or the bottom.
The sauce on top.
Precisely. So I made it like that. So what I've done here is that one's got curry powder, and I added a little bit of extra turmeric, and it's got some raisins to make it sweet because the turmeric is going to have a little bit of hotness to it because there's also ginger, there's also garlic. So give that a taste.
Little bite to it.
It's got a little bit of a kick. Not a ton. I didn't want to make you cough, but I really like it, and that's one way to get it into your system is to eat it.
Well, let's talk about the original, not turmeric itself, but you said the ingredient that makes up turmeric, the
Curcumin.
curcumin. Why is that something that we would want in our body?
Great question. The main reason why why it's kind of become the little darling of the supplement world is that turmeric, curcumin, will address a variety of different ailments. The big one that it's known for is inflammation.
Oh, really?
Yes. So people who exercise too much, who other kinds of inflammation could be arthritis. It's also reported to be helpful in Alzheimer's, in prevention and treatment.
Really?
There's some implications of it as a cancer treatment, of course. Of course, that would be something.
Do we
you
know
wanna
how
check.
much you have to consume for it to be beneficial?
You have to consume a considerable amount, and considerable amounts vary by the expert that you're talking to. So you've given me a good, while you're eating, I'll segue into my next point, and that is that it's available as a supplement. So while we can eat it from a culinary perspective and enjoy it as food, we can also buy it in the store. So for example, this one right here is a turmeric, basically a straight turmeric supplement. This one over here is primarily curcumin. Both of them have a little bit of the extra pepper added that I've talked about because, again, they want it to be potentiated. So my advice, if you have an inflammation issue, if you're doing it to be prophylactic for cancer treatment or for Alzheimer's, to supplement and then to eat it.
Now, with the curcumin, is that what they call this one here? Is this a little more potent than the turmeric by itself?
It's supposed to be, yes.
Okay.
But remember, the jury's out on all of these things. You're going to find
This is really good flavor, by the way.
Well, thank you.
Yeah, there's a nice kick in there, but then you hit those raisins that give you a little pop of sweet, which is really nice.
I also put an apple in there. An apple is another nice thing. If you make a curry dish at home and you've got it a little bit too spicy, sometimes I just peeled an apple, chopped it up, and threw it in there because I overdid it the first time. I made it, so I had to tone it down so that you guys wouldn't be mad at me. Okay, another easy way to do it is just to simply drink the golden tonic tea. This is just a straight turmeric tea. Also has a little bit of the pepper into it, but doesn't have the fat like the golden milk would.
So it'd be a clear.
It would be clear,
tea.
yep.
Okay.
It looks just like a regular tea, only with a little bit more.
So what is the fat when you do the golden milk?
Coconut milk, when I make it from scratch, or almond milk sometimes is used also. You can get supplements like this. If you're thinking to yourself, well, that sounds interesting, but I don't know if I want to go out and buy this entire package.
Right.
You could buy little packets like this of the
see if you like it.
See if you like it. I'm game all the time for having people try things out. Don't go and buy a $20 bottle of something and then find out it's not working for you. Get a packet or ask for a sample. And then finally, we can use it externally. So this one is a soap that I found that's got turmeric in it. The reason is that in addition to the things that we've talked about with anti-inflammation, cancer treatment, and those types of things, it's antioxidant. So for skin, people have eczema, people have other skin ailments, this is supposed to be very helpful.
Really?
I can't attest to it, I haven't done it myself, but what I have done is this. This is a facial mask that's got turmeric in it. So it's a clay mask, so it doesn't have the yellow look to it, or I might look like I got hit by a school bus
going on.
Yeah. So it looks like clay, but it's got turmeric in it, and that's supposed to have an antioxidant effect to it, which would help fight free radicals and do all the things that hopefully keep us from aging, getting wrinkles. I'll let you know. I'll let you know in 10 years if I think it's worked. Yeah.
How often do you do that?
I do it once a week, usually on Sundays. I'll just kind of go around. I'll do all my prep, my kitchen prep for the week with my mask on, scare the heck out of my cat Lotus.
I was going to say, your cat must love that, huh?
But something interesting, because we're used to hearing ginger, so realize there's another option out there, but it can also give you, what they're saying, great health benefits at the same time. Fun flavor if you're really wanting to kick up.
Yeah, if you like the bite of ginger, that's what this has.
And the cool thing is they work beautifully together. They taste nice together, they look good. And one quick thing too, if you're buying it fresh, the thing that you're going to want to do is keep it in the refrigerator. I keep it I don't take medications, and in my refrigerator there's a door for refrigerated medications. So it's a medicine, so I keep it in there, and it keeps a pretty good long time.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't have to wrap it.
Do you have to keep it in a Ziploc bag or
Nope,
anything?
I just put it in that container. It's just really to keep, there's air moving around in your refrigerator. You just want to keep the air off of it.
And then would you do a food processor or just take off a little hunk? Because I know like with ginger, a little goes a long way. Is that the same thing that's true with turmeric?
Oh, very much so,
Okay.
yeah. So,
Would you use a grater then, or?
it depends on what you're doing with it. When I juice it, I throw the whole thing in there, skin and all. If I'm using it in a culinary application, I take the skin off and then typically would grate it, unless I was going to put it in the blender like I did for your sauce.
Okay.
Boy, you finished that, didn't you? Yeah, you liked it. When I put it in the blender, I don't bother to grate it because the blender will take care of that for me.
Okay, well, in case people have more questions and want some great recipes that you've shown us today, or maybe other health benefits of spices you're privy to, how can they get in touch with you?
Well, first send me an email and let me know whether you pronounce the R.
Are you an R
that's the
person?
first thing,
or
okay.
So you would send that email to info@fork-road.com, and then you'd visit my new website. If you haven't seen it yet, I've updated it and upgraded it, and it's got new graphics, and that's at www.fork-road.com.
Wonderful.
Great stuff. Thank
Thank
you so
you.
much.
Great information.